simply it demonstrates a follow through and uh, overlap principle to us on the head horn. So what you want to do is you want to add these three principles now inside it, called anticipation and arc, and some more follow through, because when it lands there should be follow through. When you're jumping, when you land somewhere, you bend your knee and then you recover. So that's the follow through you want to add. You see the first frames. Notice these first frames. When it jumps, this bend comes. So before the jump, we need to add our work, which is anticipation. We need to make it look as if it is preparing. You want me to turn on? All right. So in the beginning is when I need to have the animation, the anticipation. So what I'm going to do, near these frames, I will create a new frame. So this was when this guy was standing straight. Then I want to show that the insect, it is anticipating. So I'll insert a new keyframe here, move this a little bit forward so I can show that anticipation effect. I'll insert a new keyframe here, insert keyframe, and if you want you can give it a name also, this name. This is where anticipation starts, so I can remember this is my anticipation frame. So I have that anticipation keyframe starting over here, and inside this what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna first of all zoom in and change its knees to be bending and make it a little down, make it go a little down. So I'm gonna zoom in from here, let's say 300%. I'm gonna center it first, and these limbs, you can actually bend them. How you can bend them? Just move your mouse closer. You will see the circular arc beneath, and you can just bend them like this. So it looks like it is bent, and the front two legs should move forward. Okay, so this should rotate. Now to rotate, you have this angle. You can rotate along the central angle, or you can rotate along the base of it. So I'm gonna move this center of angle at the base of the leg, and that's when I'm gonna rotate. So when you rotate, you also stretch. The legs should stretch. That's how the animals with the four legs, they stretch. So I'm gonna do the same here first. Then I'm gonna stretch these. So I align the center. I make the center of rotation at the base of the legs, and then I'm gonna stretch them a little. So I'm gonna stretch the leg a little, and the other one also stretch a little. So how was it before? It was like this, and then in anticipation, only the legs bent, and the the front leg actually stretched, but it should also come down a little, and the head should also be adjusted to be looking towards up a little. So to do that, just select everything and bring it a little down. You see, that's what we want to do. Bring it a little down. You can shift select and select the other part of the body also, and bring it a little down like this. This is how you can bring it a little down. Make sure you don't miss any part. So I'm gonna select like this, select everything in that body completely. Shift select. Shift select everything. That will actually help you select everything inside the body. And now you can also do this if you like, and then bring it down. So that made it go down a little. Now there's one more thing I want to do. I want to rotate the head a little so it looks a bit up, so that it is jumping. So First it was like this, now it's like this. And then I'm gonna rotate the head also by shift select. What does shift do? It allows you to select multiple things on the screen at one time. And if you cannot select very easily, make sure you zoom in. You don't see things very clearly, zoom in to 400 or even 800, and now you can see a little bigger. And then what to do when I want to rotate the head? What to do? Right click, free transform. If you click on this button, you see this button, you also see the same thing. So I free transform or do a little like this. So you see now I did not do correct selection. You need to make sure the selection should be 100%. Otherwise things may go out of control. So make sure you select everything. In the head, I need to select the head only. So I did the partial selection. I need to select the remaining parts of the head. By pressing shift you can do multiple selection. If any areas are missing, keep pressing shift and keep pressing those areas, and you will be able to do the selection. Now if you've selected, rotate. Now you rotate and bring it back to adjust it to the original position where it was before. So it looks like it has been rotated. So it was like this, now it's like this. And make it go a little, not too much, a little back and down. So if I show this to you, you see it is now anticipating, it is a little down, looking up, and the legs stretch, and now you can demonstrate the jump. Right, and now what I'm going to do is also I'm going to rotate this a little, the whole body. By one step only should be enough. And now you make a jump. Preparing, this is anticipation. And then jump. It's all insert key on here. So anticipation, and now when you jump, that part we have to create. The anticipation is okay. Now we should make it jump. When it is jumping, it is still standing up before jumping. This was the frame we created before. We need to remove it so that we create a position of this object which is in the air. We want to show that it's in the air now. So it's not just computer generated, just something which is moving in the air. We want to show it's in the air. You see now it's anticipating. This is anticipation. Now the next step is it is jumped and it is in the air. So this one is just standing. This is standing position. It's not in the air position. So we want to change this position also so that it looks like it's in the air. How you can do this? Just stretch these legs. This one again stretch forward and these stretch backwards. You understand why? These stretch should be stretched forward and these stretch should be stretched backwards. That's how you demonstrate that it's in the air. To do that, I'm going to zoom in and just click on these legs and rotate a little. Make sure the circle is where you're rotating. Its center of gravity is at the root of the leg, and then rotate. You cannot do what? Yes, you can. So right now we are just stretching its legs. uh, a little more, and you can stretch very easily by the subselection tool also if you like. This is the subselection. Click over it and you can stretch it, and you can stretch it like this. That's what stretching is. And this guy should go back. So that actually demonstrates you that it is in the air. You see, that's in the air position now. Before it was stretched, it was anticipating, and now it's in the air. And in the air should be a little more like this, not just straight, a little more like this. So I'm gonna select the whole thing and rotate. Bring it back at the same position where it was. So where's the center of gravity? When you see the center of gravity, that's when you know that it is being rotated. So this is along the center of gravity. So if it's a little too much, bring it a little back. You see this was the starting position, then it is preparing for jump, and now it's actually in the jump. This is preparation, and this is now actually in the jump. And now, yeah, the next thing is now it should be this jump. So you modified its legs position to show that it is bending. It goes a little down, then it is jumping in the air. While jumping in the air, you have to move it also a little bit forward. Obviously it's not in the air while it was standing. Move it a little more forward. Standing, anticipation, jump, and then jump again. You can copy this frame and paste here and make the change if you like. Now I'm gonna move it a little bit up. So we have this standing, anticipation, jumping in the air, anticipation, jumping in the air, jumping in the air. 2 steps in the air normally is enough. Now you prepare it to come down, and that would demonstrate your arc. This is the second step in the air, and now you demonstrate it to come down. Copy this, make changes in the next frame. Copy, next frame you just paste it, and then just rotate. That's what it should do to go down. Give it a little more time if you like. Anticipation, in the air, jumping, in the air, jumping. Now it's stabilized, and then it should come down. So to come down also, just copy the frame and then paste again on the next frame, and rotate it back so it is coming down. and the next frame should be jump down. That's all. So I copy this. In the next frame you paste it. So anticipation, up, go down. Now it should go down again. So I'm going to rotate the legs back. And then the anticipation is finished, the arc is finished, and the last thing is follow through in the end. When it stands, it actually bends its knees again and then go down and then stand up. The last part. If I can play this to you very slowly, I want to show this. Standing, anticipating, jumped in the air, jumping in the air, coming down, preparing for coming down, and then stand up. So in between, when it came down, we missed this follow through and overlap. That's the only thing remaining. So the anticipation is there, and then the arc is there. Now follow through and overlap at this step. You know what follow through and overlap should do? Again, bend the knees, bring this down a little, and then make it standing up back again at this point. So to do that, I'm going to bend the knees. These knees should be bending. Make it ground. Make it touch the ground, and then bend. Bend. This should bend it. This bend a little more if you like, and these should be at the back. So it is bending now. After jumping, preparing for jump, bend and go down. It should go down a little. Make sure you select the whole body. have it go down a little. When it goes down, and then the next step is it stands up. So if I can show this to you again, looks like this. Anticipation, jumping in the air, climbing, coming down, preparing for coming down, follow through, and then stand up. So that's what we need to demonstrate here in the scene while it is jumping. So you can always play and then see if there is something which is needing improvement, and then you can try. Maybe a better arc. Maybe the arc is not visible. So let's move the arc a little bit. So we need to push it a little forward at this step, a little forward. So jumps, comes down, and then stands up after follow through. So if you run this now, if you see there is anticipation. The only thing I think is remaining here, when it is in the flight, you should stretch its leg, the front leg forward and back to the side. And it is coming down. It is going up this way, coming down. Yeah. So actually, yeah, we created new keyframe, so we have to do that. No, you will not get any marks for this. I know. Why you're waiting on B plus? You should go on A. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this head on a little more and a little more. Right. Let me just save this and I'll take down your attendance. Is everybody here? Okay, I'll send it to you also. But I also want you guys to do this.